Okay, I hope that my microphone is working. Hi everyone. Today I'm holding a microphone like that just because I want to make sure that it's some sort of a podcast slash a video slash a vlog. Even the way I'm dressed today, I wanted to get dressed. I wanted to put something beautiful, maybe a little bit of jewelry, a little bit more makeup. But then I thought, if I want to get real about our situation in Tbilisi, about our first 48 hours in Tbilisi, I have to look real. So I'm wearing my pajamas, my pants, just a little bit of makeup still. Our first 48 hours in Tbilisi was hell of a ride. So we moved to one Airbnb. We had some enquiries along the way. Then we moved to our second Airbnb. Then we ate again enquiries. But the situation with accommodation is kind of bad. So obviously we were aware about that, just because a lot of people starting to moving out here and relocating here. A lot of digital nomads come here, maybe even a lot of tourists because it's summer season. But we didn't expect that it's going to be that bad. So we arrived at our first Airbnb. The area is, it looks unsafe. First of all, it looks unsafe. Second of all, there is no AC. And there is around 39, 40 plus in Celsius here now in Tbilisi. And even though there was this mentioning of there is no AC description on Airbnb, we still kind of didn't expect that it's going to be that bad. And Airbnb refused to refund us money because they said it's our fault. But luckily we managed to talk to the host of that accommodation, and she agreed to at least return half of that because we paid for a full month in advance. And then we move out to our second Airbnb, and it's a pretty nice apartment, as you can see. It's not that old or anything, but the problem here is there is a construction work going on inside. Probably you cannot hear it now because guys are on lunch. And let me put something out there. I'm not saying that Tbilisi is a bad city, that I don't like Georgia. I'm pretty sure there is so many beautiful places and areas. I just haven't been there yet. But it's just my first impression. So don't judge me and don't tell me that I'm, a very inexperienced tourist that doesn't know where to live and didn't do my research. We did our research, but we also had some financial restrictions on how much we can spend on accommodation. So the first impression of Tbilisi, because of all of that, is, in terms of the city, it's a very interesting mixture between Tel Aviv, St. Petersburg, and probably even Istanbul. So a lot of old buildings, a lot of cozy places like restaurants, coffee shops. The vibe is very, very local. But the area where we live, it's in the area called Saburtalo, maybe just a little bit on the north of that. A lot of poverty, a lot of very old buildings that I think people shouldn't be living there because they look unsafe. They're almost crashing, literally about to crash. I totally understand that that's probably the situation in most parts of Georgia. So, the food is great here. Actually, the food is great, coffee not. I don't know, usually I'm a very picky person when it comes to coffee shops. In Georgia, I tried it twice. And the first time I was in a chain coffee shop, I think it's called Gloria Jeans. I asked for my regular order, which is cappuccino with soy milk. And they poured me cappuccino with regular milk, and I can obviously feel the difference. But I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not even like I am lactose intolerant. I just don't like the taste. But I also probably partially lactose intolerant just because I always get breakouts on my face after I have a glass of milk. But I was okay. I'm not that annoying customer that goes and say oh, you didn't put me the right thing, I don't like it. No, I'm not like that. I'll just be okay with that for one time. But the next day I come to another chain, which is Paul, just because it's the only coffee shop in the area. I usually go to independent coffee shops, which are obviously better. So someone can say that I have a very bad choice in coffee shops, but trust me, it's the only one that was in the area. I asked for a cappuccino with soy milk, and they poured me Americano with regular milk. And I asked the waiter, is it cappuccino with soy? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, is it just coffee tastes different here, or do I have bad English, or is there any other reason why I might get bad coffee every single time here? Definitely tomorrow I'm finding like the independent coffee shop where I can see what barista is doing, so I can ask any questions if I have along the way. And another thing about homeless dogs and cats, I love animals so much. Like any person, like any friend that knows me well, they know how I adore animals, especially cats, because I also have one. But the thing is that when you have a lot of homeless animals in the streets, like in Istanbul, like here in Tbilisi, it hurts me. I heard about that Georgia tries to control the situation. They help to get those homeless animals to vets and get them chipped. But still, there are like numerous hundreds of homeless cats and dogs. And personally, just for me, it breaks my heart because I feel very helpless in this situation because I love them so much. So that's probably was like 10 minutes of me being negative, like very toxic, as a lot of people say and use this word. It's just like my honest opinion on what's going on right now. A lot of people might say that we have very first world kind of problems, and that's fair to a certain extent, but trust me, like during the past 6 months we've been traveling a lot, and we didn't live in Four Seasons or other any 5-star apartments or hotels, but just like because a lot of people are moving to Tbilisi now. We even talked to one real estate agent, and she said like a lot of companies, they relocate their employees here and the prices just rise insanely. Quality does not match the price. It's an objective problem here, so it's a real existing problem right now, and if you're considering moving here, you should be prepared for those kind of risks. And also for me, it's a little bit uncomfortable here because I'm not sure which language should I speak, because a lot of people, they talk only in English. A lot of people know Russian, and I start like talking in English, and then they're like, oh, we can speak in Russian. So that's just like minor things, but when you have a lot of minor things, they actually add up to something big. But still, we have 3 more weeks here, and I really hope that the situation will change. My first 48 hours here, probably not the best ones they could be, but still, I'm trying to be as honest and transparent as possible. So I hope that some of you might appreciate this and put thumbs up to this video and also subscribe. Okay, now when I'm done with those social media marketing, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that if some of you might consider moving to Tbilisi or Georgia or somewhere else, I think if more people were honest about things and not make it look like everything is beautiful and easy, the world would be a little bit better. And once again, I'm not trying to offend anyone who is from here or just knows better places or has better experience. I don't want to offend anyone. I love Georgian people. Everyone is so welcoming, so nice. But it's just like we were in a situation where we made wrong choices twice. Probably that's what I would say. That's an experience. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, put thumbs up, subscribe. I'll come back with something interesting because I'm sure we're gonna have more experiences along the way. So keep in touch and stay tuned, and see you soon. Bye.